guys, and welcome back to Number 9 Farms. Today we're going to be making some cocktail meatballs. And the reason I wanted to tell you this little story was, it was a funny thing, but when I was growing up, we always went to my Aunt Rosalie's house. And every year, she was Italian, and she always had like the best food for Christmas. And it mostly, you know, Italian food, of course. But she always had these meatballs, and I thought they were the greatest things. So when I, excuse me, when I got married, I had to go to something, and so I called Aunt Rosalie up, and I said, Rosalie, I need that recipe of your meatballs, the cocktail meatballs. And she said, oh my gosh, Buffy, because of course my name is Buffy for my family. And she said, it's so easy. All you do is mix grape jelly and ketchup and put it in the crock pot and let it go, and then take it to whatever event you're having, and that's it. So I was like, wow, okay. So then I started making it for the family. Then I started making it for everything that I was going to. And people would come at the end and say, who made those meatballs? And there, of course, most of the time there would be the yummy meatballs with the pasta sauce on it, and then there'd be my meatballs. And I'd be like, you know, thinking, wonder if they're talking about my meatballs. And I would be thinking, no. And then they'd be talking about my meatballs. So then one time when my son was at this camp, and we would go up and see him, the meatballs, we would carry the meatballs because of course we were staying in a hotel because it was almost like a 4-hour drive. And when we would get there, we would make the meatballs in the hotel room because it was simple. All you had to do is dump it in there, and you didn't even have to mix it in a bowl. You could just dump the ketchup and the grape jelly in, and you could make them like that. So once again, everybody was coming and wanted to know how we made those meatballs. So we're gonna make them today. So basically all you're gonna do is dump your meatballs in your crock pot. And it doesn't matter if you get regular meatballs, Italian meatballs, I've done it all. Every kind of meatball there is in a bag like that. And you wanna just use ketchup, and it has no measurements. You can't overdo it. So, and we'll just get this one out, and go ahead and get us a little bit more here. Simple, simple. Place of plastic off of the bottle. And I didn't even happen to have any of our own grape jelly because of course it's been gone. And I did have these in the cabinet, and this one was actually out of my camp supply for getting ready to go on the camping trip. But me and her just laughed and laughed about that day when I called, and she said, it's Buffy, it's so simple. And that's all you're gonna do. And then I always added a little garlic powder. Now she didn't say anything about doing that. I just always have, because I always got it. And what was it, Bruce? They said it when I did the Girl Scout camps, they called me the gourmet Girl Scout.
Yeah.
Because I had to always put doctor it up. And that's it. And of course, at the time I didn't ever thought a recipe like this existed. Of course, now I see a lot of things like this, but most of the time they'll use something like strawberry jelly or cranberry jelly or something. Then and then you just turn it on high in usually about 4 hours. And this is one thing that you don't have to worry really, let me get it out, really worry about overcooking it, but you don't want to go so far that it just doesn't taste very good, because it has like that burnt kind of taste if you go too far. So if you were going to go all day, like from morning till evening, you could just put it on low, and then you want to put the lid on and make sure it's plugged in, because many a times I didn't plug it in, or I didn't turn it on. So I come back, and so now I wait and I touch it 100 times to make sure, because I don't want to get caught like that again.
And the meatballs, they're fully cooked too, aren't they?
Yeah, they're fully cooked. Yeah, they're meatballs, fully cooked, home style type meatballs. But I have bought the Italian version also. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever you can get.
Okay.
And most grocery stores have this type in the freezer section.
Yeah. I think all of them are fully cooked anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are, unless they are in that section, in the meat section, that aren't fully cooked. But guys, that's it. We'll be back when they're done and show you how they look. Hey guys, so looky there, it's looking really good. Bubbling. I'm gonna put the lid back on, and we're gonna go to the little canoe area, and then we'll be back. I'm gonna go ahead now and just turn them on low, just because they really are ready, but we want to get them that little bit darker color. All right guys, they've already helped themselves to serving, so this is gonna be the calling point for Aunt Rosalie's meatballs. And I used to sit on the couch with Miss Baffa, which was her mother, and she was like in her 80s and 90s back then, and that was back in the early 80s. And I'm gonna tell you, we had some good stories. Oh, they really are hot.
Oh yeah.
You betcha.
You betcha.
I don't think you can eat it yet. It's too hot.
All right, well, I'm eating one of Miss Rosalie's meatballs. Those are really good. A little secret, this is my second bowl of Miss Rosalie's meatballs. They're delicious. And it's a great recipe, and it's really easy.